Ladies and gentlemen, my name, as you know, is Koryzma. I stream on Twitch. I say arguably questionable things. And here's a little fun fact about me. I think Christmas is the greatest day ever. I really do. Um, I've got my co-host here. My co-host, Vegas Girl on Fire. How you doing, Vegas? Good, good. Yeah, you can go ahead. You know. Oh, hang on. Apparently they can't hear you, even though it was working 2 seconds ago. Okay,
It's
go ahead.
already scuffed.
It's already scuffed. No surprise. Thank you, guys.
My name is Vegas Girl on Fire. One fun fact about me is I've got a rogue taste bud right now.
A rogue taste bud.
You ever have a rogue taste bud like just sticking out on your tongue and it just irking you the entire day?
No.
No? Mm.
But all right, ladies and gentlemen, though, this is a podcast style talk show where we invite new guests each show to give their takes on common people's stories and struggles. The chat has a chance to give their takes in as well, so let us know what you think, and we'll get to your take on the show if we can. Later in the show, we'll be playing a game with our guests, so stick around and enjoy Takes with Koryzma. But tonight, we're very honored to have our first guest. You've seen him in the streams, you've seen him on shared screens, and now you can tell him where you've seen him in your dreams. Ladies and gentlemen, Jimtasty.
What's up? Hey, man. Pleasure to be here.
What's who are you, and give us a little fun fact.
Who am I? That's a great question. Yeah, I'm Jimtasty. I do a lot of content creation on Twitch and YouTube all over the place. And I firmly believe that Count Dooku had some good ideas.
What a fact.
A great fact.
Yeah.
That's hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. So today, Brett is a, streamer on Twitch. He does podcasts on shared screens, and I often do see him in my dreams. So,
yeah,
man. So what's new with you, man? How's things? How's life?
Life's good, man. Got a new job, so that's exciting.
Ooh.
And we were talking about this before recording that it's starting to get hot in certain parts of the world. So the struggle is about to be real. So mentally preparing for that.
You got like AC in your place?
I do. So, the government's saying to keep it easy, and I'm like, nah, we're blasting that AC 24/7.
Is the government trying to regulate our AC?
They're just in Texas.
They're giving us suggestions, pretty much.
Wow.
Honestly, they used to say that about we used to have water restrictions in the summer, and so you're supposed to water every day, alternating. Yeah. And my neighbor would get up at like 3 a.m. didn't care every day and just water his grass.
Yeah.
So like the entire road is like everyone's yard's just dead except for his grass is beautiful. It's just beautiful, and you're just trying to figure out, like, it's like you never would have thought who's doing this. Would you?
That's interesting. I'm used to that because I live in a desert, and we just our city will give you money if you just switch to a desert landscape because they don't want you watering anything.
Really?
Yeah.
That's actually pretty cool. They're just like, hey, do they give it to you like every year or just like a one time?
No, it's like a one time, or they'll give you like some sort of discount if you switch to fake grass, things like that.
Makes sense now with your backyard. This all checks out. It's all piecing it together.
Oh yeah, we just did it to our front yard now. So
oh shit,
we have nothing. The only thing real in our yards are the couple of trees we got
and the bodies.
And the bodies.
Yeah.
To grow the trees.
Exactly. It's fertilizer.
Exactly.
Fertilizer.
I always feel bad for that one guy who came with us on that trip to San Diego. That's not nice, man.
We don't talk about him.
That's right.
We don't.
They got him.
Subject change.
Oh man, Brett. What's is there an alcohol that you like if you smell it now, you like gag a little bit.
Jägermeister, dude.
Dude, no way, it's Jaeger, bro. Like,
I can't
so,
do it anymore.
but like even if it's like in a Jaeger bomb formation.
It might be a little different. I mean, back in my college days, dude, it used to be rough. So
I feel,
nothing pure anymore in that arena.
I'm just saying that we should definitely we should definitely do some Jaeger bombs then this SwitchCon, and I don't mind if we line them up 4 each, bang bang bang.
I'm down. I'm. It's been a while, but I'm ready to get back on the saddle.
Let's go, dude. For me, it's vodka.
Yeah, ooh, okay.
Same.
Every time I smell it, I kind of just like, you get a little bit of like PTSD flashbacks. Like I'm a young kid walking around my neighborhood drunk, and then you're just drinking straight out of the Mickey because it's all you got. You don't believe in investing in pop because you don't want to carry it.
Man, I did that one time in 100-degree weather at the Indianapolis 500. So it was hot, and I was out in the field. That was bad. No water too. Yeah.
Did you keep taking lefts?
I don't know what I did, man. That whole day was a blur.
You could say your conscious left your body that day.
I lost
Drove
a piece
away.
of me that day. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not as whole as I used to be.
No, that's honestly though, those kind of memories you cherish forever, man. Like I really do. Like
What memory?
that's the best part, because you get to hear about it the next day.
You're
And
just like,
it's
remember
somebody,
that day?
like it's somebody different. You know what I mean? You get to hear about this story, like that time I ran into a fridge, or that time I threw cheese at people, like these kind of things. You're like, you get to hear about it, and you're like, that wasn't me, and they're like, oh, it was you. I'm like, kind of like it's like, it's kind of like a reality TV show in that sense,
Who remembers what happened to Brayden?
like or you end up
He doesn't.
you like tell Lisa that you gotta pee, or and like you have to,
Oh
she's
my
gotta pull
God.
over,
You
Yeah,
gotta go.
that brings up a very important story that you don't remember.
The bag situation.
When you were, yes. Oh
Yeah,
my God. Brayden was in the back seat. I thought he said he might throw up. So I gave him a bag because he was not throwing up in my car.
No,
And he did
it's
not remember
leather.
that I gave him a bag. And I'm like, where's your bag, Brayden? And he's like, what bag?
I visibly, like, I very much remember saying what. I remember arguing with you. I really do.
We argued for a long time.
We
And
did.
finally, there it was on the floor. I don't know.
I think Aaron hit it on me or something.
Children.
But
Stealing
we
of
were
children
we
that
were
night.
picking up Craig, a sweet little angel,
I actually think Brett was with us. All I remember is arguing with you.
Yeah, I remember arguing and peeing outside of some random commercial building.
I think it was a Chipotle.
She got food.
It was late though, right?
It was late. We were picking up somebody from the
Yeah, dude.
airport.
It was so late. It was like 10 o'clock at night or something. It was like actually like I think I got back and I lasted probably like 15 more minutes. I think I went to bed.
Luckily, this year I don't have to deal with that. The only people I'm picking up from the airport are the people road tripping with me.
I mean, like technically, what if I showed up drunk? Honestly,
Anyways,
I'd be bold.
you're Ubering. I've decided.
Oh man, yeah. Drinking is always such a wild thing. Like I feel like as I've gotten older, I'm drinking less, but when I do drink, I drink harder. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah.
like, you're not gonna just have one. Like that's just a waste of alcohol. And if you wanted to just have one, you might as well just buy non-alcoholic. So, I mean, that's kind of, at least that's what I've noticed in life. Like TwitchCon, that doesn't change. I just drink every day because it's vacation.
Drink every day.
Yeah, and just like you could be like Jimtasty here, throw 30 milligrams of edibles in your body, slam or half a Red Bull, and then see which one kicks in first. Apparently, the edibles too.
We're gonna try to double that.
So you're gonna go.
Got to build up the tolerance.
I'll supply the edibles.
60 milligrams. I think you might be on another.
Should we add some Jaeger to this equation?
Oh, I honestly, you got trifecta.
I don't even know what's gonna happen with that.
You have the energy. You have the edibles, right? And then you throw in a little bit of liquor, and then we don't know what's gonna happen. What if Jimtasty like kind of goes Super Saiyan? You know, like what if he evolves?
Honestly,
I'm thinking Doctor Strange. I leave my body and I float
but
around.
really, all that's happening, and we're just staring at him sitting on the couch.
Yeah, and Brett's like floating around, and like we talked to him the next day, and he's like, "Yeah, dude, I cannot believe that Sarah,
we went to another
Sarah,
dimension.
that Lisa threw Brayden in the pool." And like we're like, Brett, what do you mean, bro? Like you were sleeping. You're like, no, man, I seen it all. And like, I seen that dog come out, bro.
By the way, tomorrow, make sure you make a left at the corner because we're gonna get into a car crash if we make a right.
Yeah.
Like,
Or can we
Brett,
just leave
what the
5
heck?
minutes? Can we
The
just leave
time
5
stone.
minutes later?
You just know
Yeah,
stuff that we don't know is gonna happen.
Brett's like doing like the whole like time stone fucking thing, and this you can just see like Brett just focusing, like just bringing it all together.
Dude, I'm always late, man. That's like something it's intrinsic in me. If we have to leave at 3:30, it's like 3:35 before I'm out the door.
This is a fact. If I'm
This
like,
is true.
Brett, we're leaving in 20 minutes, he's like, okay. And then 20 minutes later, I'm like, Brett, we're leaving. And he's like, can I just get a shower real quick? And I'm like, Brett, I'm going to murder you.
The only thing Brett makes sure he's not late for is his dates, period, because he's got to make sure he's not a father. You know what I mean?
Oh my God.
100%.
He's calling and checking on her.
Yeah, he's like, well, like he
They
also
come?
like he sends them like, you know, like when they leave, there's usually like a goodie bag, and it's like a muffin, you know, maybe like a little love note and like a Plan
Couple
B pack.
tampons.
Yeah. And it's like one of those things though, where like they can't leave the house, like the house door doesn't unlock until the pill is ingested into their body, so then he can like,
Dang.
so then he knows it's safe.
You gonna drink that?
You're gonna
I want to see you drink it.
smile. The
I paid
camera.
$5 for that Plan B on Amazon. Make sure you drink it.
It's gas station.
Bugs.
It's gas station Plan B.
Also, I'm gonna need to be reimbursed.
I sent you my Venmo. You don't mind?
That's literally a plot of that is Nz's and Sorry show. Master of None.
Is it really? I haven't seen that thing in forever.
Me either.
I remember it being like a big thing when it first dropped because it was like one of Netflix's like original, like first originals, right?
Yeah. Oh man, that was a good show.
What?
It
Yeah,
got
because
canceled.
it got like what 2-3 seasons?
It got 2 seasons with Aziz, and then he kind of got canceled. And then
Right.
they did a 3rd season without him.
And I feel like
I didn't even watch it.
yeah, I was gonna say it's kind of like I don't know. I feel like when you change the main show, like the main character of a show, like it kind of it's really hard to hold the same dynamic.
Yeah.
Like I mean, look at The Witcher. You know, I know the season hasn't released yet. Liam Hemsworth looks great as Geralt, but to come in with Henry's personality and shit, I don't think it's gonna work.
I'm holding my breath on this one.
Am I allowed to address chat? Or are we?
No,
I can't remember. No, okay.
they don't exist.
They're making accusations against me. So
Against you.
we'll move past that. Move past that.
Like, Brad, they're not accusations when they're true.
Go ahead and address them right now.
I was networking, okay? Had to
Oh, yeah.
network.
At the party, I do remember this, and you like honestly, do you know what's crazy? If we would have left without looking for Brett, so much wouldn't have happened.
Oh my God.
You know what I mean? Like,
Oh my God. This is
Think about that.
We really should have given him the Jägermeister and 60 milligrams of marijuana before then, so he would have known what would have happened, so that we could avoid that situation.
That's what I'm saying.
But we learned, just leave without Brett. It's fine. We'll give him 5 minutes, and if he doesn't show up, he's a grown man. He'll figure it out.
I mean, he made it home safe.
I'm an
and sound.
adult.
I wouldn't say that, but you're of age.
I'm 30.
Yeah, dude, you're 30 years old.
On the outside.
In a 15-year-old mindset, dude.
And the penmanship of a second grader.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Oh
Like, you need someone to sign your permission slips. Like, you can't legally do it because they think your little brother took it. You know what I mean?
Exactly. 100%.
I feel like, Brett, he could work on his penmanship, but, Banjo-Kazooie's 25th anniversary, we got to tweet about that shit. We don't got time to work on that stuff.
Yeah. Dude, today was Even Stevens' 21st anniversary.
Oh, shit, dude. My boy Beans.
Of the finale, dude.
Of course you know that.
Of the finale? Not even, like, the show?
The finale of the show.
Yeah, but, like...
That's when it ended, dude.
Yeah,
End of an era.
It's just so random that you remember the
Yeah,
date.
I feel like people remember the anniversary of the
like
first show,
starting.
maybe.
Yeah.
Or
I think that's in like a week or so. It was like June to
okay.
June.
He
Yeah.
knows both. That's actually a very big Jimtasty-ism. It's
For
just
sure.
knowing dates of anniversaries for everything.
Like, do you know them like in your head, or is it like one of those things like you have to will just stumble upon the day and be like, oh yeah, I think this came out today. Like, how does that work in you?
Usually what happens is I check my time hop, and I had posted about it in the past or retweeted something from, one of those, media accounts on Twitter or whatever.
Right.
I see that. Or a lot of times too, if I rediscover something I already kind of knew or was roughly in the ballpark of, so or something new, like I'll just see someone tweet about, and they're like, "Hey, something came out 15 years ago," and I'm trying to get better at it. I'm trying to get better at it.
We love you for it.
Dude, it's honestly one of my favorite things, dude. I'm not gonna lie. Like, if I see a Jim Taste-iversary tweet, I'm fired up, dude.
If I could pay Time Hop to remove the Time Hop little sticker on the like 10 years ago, whatever, I would pay them. I hate
Brett,
like.
I was under the impression you invented Time Hop.
I got in on it
the
early.
Guy who used it.
I got in on it like 12 years ago.
But honestly, though, Brett's his big thing is Ren's Day.
Yeah.
Dude, let's go, dude.
Happy Ren's Day.
Happy Ren's Day, dude.
It's
Dude,
Sunday, but
he's coming back, man. He's coming back. Like,
I mean, after his tragic incident, yeah.
Mayor of Kingstown, season 3. I'm sure he'll show up in another Marvel movie. Yeah, man. The Renaissance is just yet to come.
Sure, you get that Renaissance?
Dude, check it. I think I recommended it to you, but the Jeremy Renner app podcast.
I feel like I definitely remember you talking about this.
It's required. It's like 6 episodes or something. It's short.
Okay.
And it just like talks about what happened with the app. And as someone who experienced the app in real time, I still have it on my phone. Rest in peace. It was
you and your 852 Chase Bank notifications.
I love the moments. I'm just going to point this out when Brayden is just sitting back with his mug as if he's just like some wise man who just woke up in the morning, sipping some coffee, but it's cranberry juice in a mug.
Yeah, like
gotta blow on. It's a little hot.
I kind of want to address that. Like, is he a little poser energy? Because I think of coffee with mugs.
He is a poser. Okay, I be drinking the coffee. I be drinking the hot tea. He's drinking water, cranberry juice, milk. And
Oh,
or ginger ale in that mug, and
I drank in any liquid that
definitely
isn't.
nothing hot.
First of all, hot chocolate, pretty gross. Coffee, throw up. Like, dirty bean water. Get it out of
We
here.
got
Okay.
a hot take from a chatter.
Yeah.
Braden doesn't deserve to own mugs.
You know what's
What do
funny
you guys
is
think about that?
I mean, it makes sense. I don't like hot drinks, but I
Mhm.
have so many mugs because I can only imagine it's like people go, I don't know what to get this fella, so they pick a fucking mug. You know what I mean? It's like, all right.
I'm a mug guy. I
Yeah,
love it, dude. I
I
have like
do
20
enjoy
mugs.
mugs. I actually won a mug one time. It was a Robo dessert mug, and I've
Nice.
ripped a lot of milk out of that mug.
Oh my god.
Let's go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Stop agreeing with him, Brett. This is
No,
we
I love
already
mugs.
established that he's a poser. There's no hot drinks in these mugs.
There never will be.
A little bit, but like his love for them is authentic. It's just
I
he
do
doesn't
love
put
mugs.
the
He
right.
loves the mug.
Like, this mug is amazing. It's a little T-Rex with Christmas lights on it. It says Tree Rex. It's a little play on Christmas.
Very
Being my
cute.
favorite
That
holiday.
looks like a big mug, bro. Looks like a
It-
big mug. I love that.
You know-
It's he's a little person. He's not that. It's not that big.
Yeah, you ever see those videos of
It's
like?
actually a standard 8
You ever,
ounce.
you ever see
It's
those?
actually an espresso mug.
It's yeah. It's actually
got mine
just
right here.
it's actually just a Keurig like pod.
It's
just-
it's an espresso mug, and it's only 1 ounce. It would be this small in my hand.
Yeah. It's like Shaq holding the water bottle. I'm the water bottle. You know,
All right,
some.
should we get in our main content?
Yeah, we can shift on over. Brett, we got some things I feel like we should chat about today because it just makes sense.
Audio is kind of scuffed.
Audio, okay. I will leave and rejoin. So give me 1 second. Oh wait, should be better. I think.
The old
Guys.
Discord.
I know we've been dealing with I know it's not just me, it's everywhere. Is we deal with so much fucking like Discord, and Spotify has been giving me issues too. But anyways. So Brett, our first story here, I'll share my screen so then that way you can see it in real time as well.
I bring up something real quick.
Of course.
What happened to Chromebooks, man?
Is that like wasn't that like a little like tablet, right?
Yeah, like the computers that like weren't computers, it was just Chrome. It was just
Right.
like, yeah.
I
Like,
do remember
what happened
those.
to them?
I thought they were stupid.
See, they're largely useless, but like if you just want like for me, like I don't want to have my expensive MacBook in bed with me, but
Right.
like sometimes I want to browse Reddit r/Dunder Mifflin and just read office takes on a bigger screen than my phone, you know?
Right. Which I honestly you might as well just rock an iPad, dude. Apple gang.
Yeah.
Apple gang.
I know you're an Apple fella, just like you got that mentality. Like it's through and through. Like if someone handed you like some sort of Samsung product, like if someone so Brett, just answer this real quick. If someone handed you like the brand new iPhone, they said you got to pay $400 for it, or you can have this brand new Samsung phone for free. What are you doing?
Brand new iPhone, brand new Samsung.
Yeah, they're both the top of the line phones, but you got to pay $400 for the iPhone, and but you can have this Samsung for free. Which one are you taking?
Honestly, I think I'd take the Samsung phone.
Interesting.
So I could snap it in half and record that and upload it to YouTube and make
That is
some
the
like
reddest answer.
make some content of how like just this is how much I love Apple. And iPhone.
Yeah. See,
I recently again, this is another tangent. I recently started wearing my Apple Watch again.
Nice.
For months.
We were
For
talking
months,
about
it was
Apple Watches.
For months, my Apple Watch was just on the charger because like I just would wake up and just stumble out the door without like thinking to
Stumble
put it
out
on.
of bed and stumble to the kitchen.
For
And,
myself a cup of ambition.
The other day, I was like, "Hey, I should wear this," just because like it's so
You
like.
should put this on.
I won't cuss. I was about to cuss. It's so
You
lazy,
can swear.
but it's so lazy, but like just checking your like the time just
Yeah,
by raising your wrist and not pulling out your phone, like that does add up, man.
it does, man.
Milliseconds.
You know, that could be time you could use for balding at between 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning.
Exactly. Oh yeah, Jeff Bezos, man. The
Jeff
Rock.
Bezos, man. That's how you gotta start your day.
Hmm.
I actually, I go to bed at 5 a.m., but I wake up at 4 a.m. an hour before.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, sleep's a waste of time.
That's right, dude. Right. But we have our first story here on dating advice.
Okay.
He's a great guy, but he's balding. Why
Oh,
can't I get
man.
over it?
All right,
That's
you ready?
tough.
I'm going to read it.
So Lisa's gonna read it for us, and then we can talk about it.
And I want everyone out there to know that I'm reading it because Braden can't read.
Well, I'm not like dyslexic.
He can't read.
No,
He chooses not to read.
I choose. I can. Just I am slow at reading, and people hate it.
Last year, I met this person and we've had the most growth-inducing relationship ever. We're both in our late 20s. Like, this is the kind of one would wish for. Our communication is great and improving every day. We have great emotional, intellectual, and sexual relationship. He's wonderful, kind, educated, smart, working on himself and our relationship. There are points of improvement, but for me too. So, we openly communicate about these and work on them. Except that some of the points of improvement I want to bring up are about his looks. Now, don't get me wrong, he has a beautiful face and a nice, broad, natural build, but he's balding, kind of skinny, although not unfit, and has a poor sense of style. On top of that, he sometimes has some weird mannerisms that irk me. I don't want to care about these things in this context, but it seems I do, and no matter how much I try, I can't shake it off. My profession makes me hyper aware of how looks and mannerisms dictate how we're perceived. And since I actively work on those, there's a part of me that expects to be met on that level. Now, I'm not keeping this a secret from him. We've talked about style, and it's improved, and it's a fun one because we both enjoy fashion and he's eager to learn. I'm very fit, and I've suggested working out together, but one is moving slow and steady. That one is moving slow and steady. He started working out, but he mostly runs, which will be making him more skinny, haha, but whatever. I'm not the one to micromanage. However, I have no idea how to deal with his baldness. His head shape would not support shaving. He does not he does wear a hat at times, but I'm having such a hard time every time I see the top of his head. And this will only get worse with time. It's scaring me that I'm reconsidering a good relationship over the fact that when I see him at home in a t-shirt and sweats without a hat, he looks like a skinny, balding boy, and I lose all attraction. I can judge myself for being vain, but it is how I feel. It's visceral, and as much as I try to solve it intellectually, I'm at a loss. No idea what is going on there. I'm at a loss. If anyone has ideas, please share.
So Brett, like, what do you think, man? Like, how does how do you feel about this? Like, she's getting upset because he's balding between 2 and 3 a.m. and it's clearly starting. He's doing it so much that it's really hitting him between the hours of 3:01 a.m. and all the way up to 1:59 a.m. the next day.
See, this is tough because, as someone who's going to be bald in the future, it's something you have to consider. Where I know we were talking about it a few minutes ago, but with The Rock and I mean Jeff Bezos too. Now at this point, like if you're bald, you have to be buff.
True.
You have to be buff.
I
Because if you're
completely
not,
agree.
You're the
Again-
avatar.
again, she mentions it here a little bit. Like it depends on your head shape too, a little bit. Like if you got a good head shape, when you're bald, it not even baldness, but just like if you have a head shape for hats too. Like I can't wear hats. Like it just doesn't fit most of the time.
You
in my
think bro's
opinion.
got that Humpty Dumpty build like on the head, like it's just a fucking triangle?
Yeah, he's got
Yeah.
like the vulture,
Yeah.
Spider-Man head, or like I can't remember the magician from Game of Thrones, or yeah, the spider, or whatever his name is. Yeah, like very very rare few bald guys have like a good head shape, and so you have to compensate it with cone heads. You got to compensate it with bald, like being buff. So
100%.
the fact that he's running and being skinny, like again, if you have hair and you're skinny, that can work because like being lean is obviously like a good body type for a lot of folks. So um in terms of what they want in a partner. But yeah, if you're bald, you have to be buff, dude.
I think this is like a classic situation right now. This is like she should just put like a bag over his head when they're doing it. You know what I mean? Like it's like put the hat on during sex, and you're probably good to go. Or you could go the route for his birthday. Maybe get him get him a rug for his head. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know what toupees look like nowadays.
They gotta be good, bro. You know what I mean?
You'd think so, right?
Right? Like
Women
Yeah,
wear wigs all the time.
yeah.
Like
true.
women with good hair wear wigs. Like Ariana Grande wears wigs.
Doesn't
And
like Megan the Stallion too, and like
yeah,
Doja
absolutely.
Cat, like all these women, like they rock the wigs, and
they rock the
they look
wigs and they
great.
can change their look whenever they want. I feel like men need to really get into embracing this culture of like wearing wigs and looking however you want whenever you want.
I always I always find like when I think of like wigs and stuff, like I always think because like it was the running gag in Grown Ups was Rob Schneider's character. He'd always be the wind was always blowing the top half of his fucking wig up, and it looks so bad that you just go like, ooh, like yikes, like that guy doesn't he cannot pull it off when the glue's working, it's on there.
Yeah, or you just gotta rock like the Kevin Malone, man. Just own the like the hairline, whatever hairline you're working with at that point.
100%.
So what I'm getting from you though, Brett, is you're okay with the fact that she has this opinion.
I mean, you feel how you feel, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
if you feel that way, it might be hard to
Kind
get
of
over.
is what it is.
Yeah,
I mean, not saying she's wrong. I mean, obviously it's a little superficial, but like
She's aware of it.
you don't want to be in that relationship if that really as small of of a problem as it is affecting you. And then if you're the dude, you don't want to be with this girl if she's like loving everything about the relationship except you're bald or you're going bald. So
yeah, like she clearly doesn't like she's like 9/10 of the way there, but I feel like in the relationship you want to be the whole one, like so she's not second guessing like, man, am I really gonna want to rub his head for good luck later? Like
yeah.
Now we
But-
had a comment in the chat from Not Me 550 saying it sounds like a very healthy relationship, which it does. They talk through
they
all
did,
of
right?
the issues that she has.
But like, and that makes me wonder, does he have any issues with her? But yeah, I mean, like, she also does mention like his mannerisms, which I don't know what that means. Like, I don't know if that means like he's chewing his toenails, or if he's just talking weird, or if he like continually brings up baldness on purpose. Like if he just goes like, "Look at that beautiful bald eagle over there." Man, like he just starts like he just brings up bald naturally. Like I don't know, like what that even means. Like I wish she kind of went into that, but like it's at least like at least in the sense that they're talking, they're open about it. I find that communication is key. You'll hear that in any sort of relationship thing, right? Like you guys can communicate properly, realistically, you should be able to get through all of it. Is she gonna be cool in 20 years shining his bald head when he's old and can't get up? I don't know.
And think about it like this, like my friend would always roast me for this, and I would always joke with him. This is back in the day in like college where, dude, you go bald, man, you save so much on haircuts, dude. You're practically
It's
a
a good point,
millionaire. You're practically a millionaire the moment you go bald.
And
Because you're gonna save hundreds of bucks every year on haircuts.
That's girl math.
That's literally,
Yeah.
and you're like, it's like canceling your Netflix every day, dude. Like that's how much money you're saving.
100%.
You know how many
With
coffees you
ad.
could buy
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
place of those haircuts?
Like, and I also feel like if you're balding and it's starting to get bad, you can't you can't half-ass it with this Louisiana mudslide looking thing. Like, you just gotta full commit, because if you only look good with a hat on,
Hmm.
you know, maybe
Yeah.
maybe you should be like one of those what is it, emus that stick their head in the sand.
um, I mean, if you're going the hat route, dude, you gotta live like in a temperate environment. Like you gotta be up in, the the Alaskan wilderness or something like that, because that way you can wear a hat all day, all
Oh,
the time, and don't have
100%.
to worry
I
about it. Yeah.
I pretty much, like, if I feel like wearing a hat, like, I'm wearing a hat, like from the moment I leave my house till, like, I pretty much till I get home, or if I feel like taking it off. So,
Yeah.
um, but like, it's definitely, I get it. Being in like a rainforest, basically where I am, I love hats, especially with long hair. You get a bad hair day, slop it on.
Hmm.
So, I mean, like,
Now, we did have a comment earlier, getting back to the story, from Tiff Stardust. Sounds like she got the ick, and I don't know if there's any going back from that.
another good point though. Like, sometimes when you get the ick, she don't want the dick, right? So I feel like, that's just one of those things that, is she going to be able to recover from that? And like, some people say that it never goes away, and so she might just not like bald people, and she might just have to find herself a guy who has been using 4 hymns for the last 4 years.
Osley. Yeah.
They also didn't mention, like, did they mention that they didn't mention their age? So, I mean, for all we know, this
No, I
guy's
think it was at the beginning. They're both in their late 20s. Yeah.
oh, okay, late 20s. Yeah, I
But
mean, his hair's not coming back.
I mean,
Yep.
like anything, hair part of fashion. I think it's extends to like your hairstyle. So, and fashion's all about confidence, right? So if you're
It's true.
bald and you just are confident in who you are, like you know, The Rock, Jeff Bezos,
Both jacked,
Jason
by
S-
the way.
Jason Statham,
Still jacked.
Murr from Impractical Jokers.
Still jacked.
Like they have that look, man, and they're pretty confident in who they are. So
They are, and they believe in themselves and what they can bring to the table.
and honestly too, dude, like you see so many guys rock this is they go bald and they grow a killer beard.
True. It's
They
like
grow
Ooh.
a
they're
killer
just like,
beard.
time to
Yeah.
Uno reverse. Like, my hair doesn't grow on top; it grows on the bottom of my
Yeah.
face,
Hmm.
and
And
so
that could
then
change the shape of what's going on in total.
100% it could change from the egghead to oval. You
Yeah.
know, changes that shit, fixes that head, because maybe she'll want to grab the beard this time instead of the head.
Kratos, dude.
Yeah,
Kratos.
exactly, dude. Like, that guy looks hot,
Hmm.
but still, again, follow, like you said, staying jacked.
You
Kratos,
have to be
you
jacked.
gotta be jacked, dude. Like,
You have to be jacked. Yeah.
so, like, you're telling me, if you were to lost that Avatar challenge and shaved your head, you would have started doing steroids and hitting the gym?
Yeah, probably. I mean, it depends on how long it would take for my hair to grow back, but definitely,
I think on
definitely have to
average it
do it.
grows like half an inch a month, maybe.
Okay, yeah, so good while.
Yeah. But the cool thing though with being bald, you don't since you don't have to buy shampoo and stuff, you just get like that Dove bar of soap. You can hit
Yeah.
everywhere, everywhere. You just
Oh,
you know what I
man,
mean? Like,
saving so much
saving
money,
so
dude.
much money again, dude.
Everyone should go bald, honestly.
Honestly, it goes kind of crazy.
Yeah. Don't tip your hairdresser.
Don't tip
You
your-
heard it here first, everyone.
Go bald.
Just go bald.
We move on to the next story.
Yeah, let's move on to the next story.
All right, Brett. So our next one we're looking at is, how do I deal with my boyfriend's foot fetish? In parentheses, I hate feet.
Wow.
Me, 17 female, and my boyfriend, 17 male, are each other's first relationship, meaning we're both incredibly inexperienced. So, after a while of cuddling and kissing, he got a boner, and I started giving him a hand job. He seemed to enjoy it based on what he was saying and his reactions, throwing his head back and literally kicking his feet. However, he did not come. He said it was because of the medication he's on. His dick started getting numb from me rubbing it so much, we stopped and cuddled again. And this was all while the TV was on. So we did stuff, went back to watching, and the cycle went on. Throughout our time together, we kissed and cuddled, and he did stuff to me. It wasn't good, but we are both beginners, so I get it. We then began talking, and he brought up his kinks, fetishes, fantasies. He then confessed to me that he has a foot fetish. He seemed to be quite embarrassed and ashamed. The fetish alone isn't something I'd leave him over because he obviously can't control it, and it seems to be a pretty popular fetish, but I don't like how he handled the situation I'm about to describe. So basically, I think it's weird, but everyone has weird things about them, and obviously that includes me. So I tried reassuring him that I wouldn't stop liking him just because of his fetish. Anyways, a few minutes later, I let him indulge by seeing my bare feet, and it turned into him sniffing, and then it turned into him kissing and licking. He literally got a boner from doing this. He said that he pre came just from feeling them. Again, I think it's weird, but I didn't want him to feel bad about himself, so again, I let him indulge, but I was certainly reluctant at first. I said I wanted to see him come, so he jacked off himself while licking, etc. I felt incredibly uncomfortable. I felt bad that I couldn't make him come, but my feet did. I felt bad about myself. Anyway, my deal is, how do I deal with this foot fetish? I hate the feet stuff. I find it to be off putting, but I don't want to neglect my boyfriend sexually. I want to draw enough boundaries so that I'm comfortable, but also so that my boyfriend feels secure and sexually liberated.
Well, it sounds like an ick. Sounds like you're out. It sounds. Brett, what do you think, man? What are you thinking?
This is yeah, I don't know, man. This is a wild story. I think my my mind first went to like Game of Thrones and stuff like that, where Vegas, you know this because you've
Yeah,
watched the shows. Like
I know exactly what you're thinking about.
dudes don't get their jollies off until something weird happens, and that's just like how you got to deal with it. So a lot of those guys in the shows are like kings or princes or whatever, and so they can kind of get away with that. But this guy is, he's probably not royalty, so he's gotta work with her. He's got to work with her. I don't know, like if he goes off in a bathroom or something and looks at feet and then jumps in, to the
Right.
bedroom. But yeah, this is crazy, dude. It's crazy.
It's definitely an interesting thing. Like, I mean, me not having a foot fetish, I can't really relate in that sense. But it's interesting how, like, because I mean, obviously, when they did their thing, he's blaming the medication that he couldn't get, come,
Yeah.
and I feel like, if
That was a lie.
that was a lie. I mean, if he had her little piggly wigglies in his mouth and then he freaking exploded, why couldn't she she do that? But like, why couldn't he do that before?
Yeah. I mean, he's
So
17 and he's having issues getting it up or whatever.
yeah, like this guy's watching too much porn, dude. Like this guy is living in such a wild fantasy where he's probably thinking he's coming 18 times his first time. Like
Yeah.
it's a lot to unpack. But I mean, yeah, I mean they're also pretty young, right? They're both, just finishing high school in a sense that they could just end it there and then just, go find someone that matches them, that vibes with them in that sense, right?
Now we have a comment in the chat from Kate Rose 92. This is when poly works. Let him find a girl who enjoys a foot fetish, then she doesn't have to worry about it, and they can have successful relationship in every other way.
Which, I think in a sense it could work like that, but I still think, like it said earlier in the post or later in the post, she will feel bad because she won't be able to give that to him. I think she was, even though he is finding another outlet, I don't know if that necessarily would be, in the sense of it would it? I just don't think. I think it would just get too much to her self-esteem and her ego. 100%. But I would say, what do they say? Like, forget and move on or whatever the heck. Or I feel like there was like a saying for that.
Well, we have someone in the chat, not me, 550, saying, first relationship, both 17, dump and move on. Preferably find someone without a foot fetish for him to find someone who is okay with that.
100%. You know, it might suck because I mean, any relationship really ending, depending if you guys are really, you know, if you're both, you know, quote unquote in love and all that stuff, it's gonna suck regardless. But I feel like at the end of the day, you know, you just have so much life to live. Who cares? You know, like you'll find someone that will be like the yin to your yang, the feng to your shui. You know, like so much
Yeah.
time for that.
I think like regardless of if they even stay together or like again I don't know how this works with like fetishes, but it's like with any aspect of who you are, like you have to make some compromise typically with your partner, right? So um if that's something that really gets you going, like you have to work within the space that she's comfortable with, right? So
100%. You don't want
um
to push her past like a comfort level.
because like if a fetish like dominates like that area of your relationship, then it's like more obsessive than anything, and then it's like then it's truly weird versus just whatever kink fetish fantasy that
For
they
sure.
have.
No, I completely agree with that. I feel like that's one of those things where, you know, they might be perfect chemistry wise, you know, as like mentally and like, you know, just outside of that kind of sexual compatibility. But, you know, I feel like in order to have an amazing relationship, you kind of need to have like all the counterparts be kind of like aligned and stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah. So, I mean, that makes sense. I mean, I would, I mean, I completely agree with you in that sense. I feel like it's especially like, you know, them being so new to the whole thing. I feel like it's a lot to throw at to have thrown at you as opposed to just, you know, your vanilla kind of like let's start there and work our way out type thing.
Mhm.
You know, start off with a blumpkin, you know, maybe some under the shirt boob touching, you know, but like let's not get anything too crazy here. Like we're not trying to, you know, bring in whips and stuff yet, you know.
Mhm.
So I think that as much as this girl wants advice, I've been a 17-year-old girl, and even if the right answer is that they need to go their separate ways, most young girls are just gonna stick it out until things get real bad.
I can fix
Especially for the first time.
For sure.
And maybe young men do that too.
I would agree. As a young, dumb 17-year-old, yeah, I
They'll
did
learn.
that. I did
They'll
that,
learn.
and then I go, that was silly of me when you look back. You know, like
Yeah.
yeah, you know, like you really look back. You always look back at a few things, and I feel like with relationships, especially as you get
Wow.
older,
I was dumb.
yeah, like wow, I was blind, deaf, and stupid. Like this doesn't even make any sense. Why did I let that slide? Right, like, and then
100%.
so it's always kind of interesting to watch people kind of discover these things of like what are they comfortable with, and also like what things are important to them, as well as like what they're looking for. And I feel like you don't really find that in the first relationship. Some people do, and they get really lucky, high school sweethearts, all that kind of shit. But like a lot of people, you know, you go through number of partners. Like I mean, Brett, I think he's kind of monogamous now. I think he's monogamous. He's down to like 3, 4, 5 girlfriends. So, you know, we're proud of him first of all. You know,
Monogamy's tough.
monogamy's tough. I couldn't believe
Brett's making it work.
I couldn't believe he picked the top 5 out of 672.
It's actually 1,000 if it was a stream.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
You really worked it out.
He's got so many girlfriends.
But yeah, I mean that makes sense. I feel like I think we covered that one. So on to our next one. Brett, we have our third story here.
Go.
So this one
man.
is found boyfriend masturbating while talking on the phone with his boss.
Can you share your screen again?
Yes, I can.
You know what, Kat? I'm breaking up with you first.
That's a Brett move.
It's a Brett move.
All
Oh,
right.
you guys stick it out too long. My downfall.
Brett's he just cares. He cares. You know, he wants everyone to be happy.
My partner works from home. I came back and found him masturbating, talking to his boss on the phone. He quickly shut the door and said he was doing work stuff. I couldn't hear for a few seconds because the dryer was on. It didn't hear like anything was going on. Then a few seconds later, after I confronted him, I heard work talk going on. I turned the dryer off and he told me to turn it back on. I confronted it. I confronted him about it, and he said he had work calls to make. He said he was masturbating, and then she called. He continued to do so while on the phone with her. He denies having a sexual relationship with her, attraction, or phone sex. He says he gets horny and masturbates a couple times a day. I looked at his phone, and it doesn't appear to be a video chat. It looked like a phone call, and he could have deleted it. He was dismissive about the whole thing and trying to tell me he was embarrassed and didn't want to talk about it. I told him that doesn't make him look good. He said, I've been faithful for 8 years and I've never cheated on you. He got special permission for a remote job, and now I'm wondering if it was because there was an affair. What should I do?
That's kind of crazy. The fact that like so just picture this: you're out there cranking your hog, you know, like 8 o'clock at night, it's dinner time, dryer's going, right? And then your boss calls, and you just decide to answer the call, but continue cranking that hog. Like I couldn't tell you. Like, I'm not gonna lie, that looks pretty sus. Because I mean, I feel like that's one of those things you stop. You know, my boss calls me, I'm stopping.
It's not like when you pee, right, where you just can't stop it.
I mean, you could.
Like,
it just sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, it's way easier to stop that than peeing. Like,
well, you just gotta like take your hand off it, you know, like
unless you're like that close and you're like, I just gotta get it done. Like, dude, the thing that cracks you up the most is the dryer thing, where he's like, turn it back on.
No, does this guy have a dryer kink?
Like it reminds me of like when you were young and you're watching like a bad movie that your parents wouldn't let you watch, but it's, you know, it's on like cable or something, and you have like the dryer on or the dishwasher to like just mask the noise of the TV in like the living room or basement or something like that, and if that noise goes away, then they can maybe hear that movie and know that it's like, yeah. I'm like, that's what this guy's doing, but this guy's probably like in his 20s at least. Like,
you'd have to assume. I think it's pretty safe.
They're 8 years into marriage.
Yeah. So, I mean, like, they're
20,
probably like mid 20s to early 30s, or hell, even like later 30s. You know, like.
Yeah.
My favorite part. Do you think like the dryer just increases like the static, buoyancy in the house, and that's why he likes it?
Oh, they're not married. It says boyfriend.
Still though, 8
what
years.
Was 8 years thing.
It's still a long time though. He said he was faithful for 8 years.
Scroll to the bottom.
Okay.
Oh, he was faithful for 8 years.
Yeah, he's just faithful. So I mean, like, but he's, you know, she did consider it an affair. That's why we assumed it went with the marriage.
Yeah.
Not that you can't have an affair when you're not married, but just usually just the direction it goes. I feel like when it's a relationship and you're not married, people just say I got cheated on, where like he had an affair when you're married.
Well, now I want to know why they're not married yet. 8 years, dogs. Someone's got to commit.
That's what I'm saying.
The lady or the guy, you got to commit at that point.
I feel like, you know, if you exactly, man, like, you know, probably stop. You should have told your boss, this is the last time I'm jerking off with you on the phone. Like, I'm about to get real here, settle down, you know, start thinking about jerking off with my wife. Because I feel like, yeah, like, this is something like, I don't know what do you think the dryer is like some sort of fetish, or do you think it's the noise thing? Because he's trying to like hide it away from his boss.
I think it was just a noise thing.
Yeah.
But it'd be funny if it was actually the dryer that really turned him on.
It would be like, what if he was like leaning
Turn
against
it back on.
What if he was leaning against it? Yeah. And his boss goes, "What the fuck? Close to what? Oh, slipping.
We had a chatter say, Aaron Roots 427. Maybe he just needed his pants dried.
I mean, yeah. Sometimes you take off your pants and your boss calls you and you just get real horny, I guess, and just really start, giving her, doing the old tricep extension.
This reads like a Seinfeld plot synopsis. Because there's literally an episode where George gets caught by his mom when he's cranking it in the bathroom, and it's like, dude, come on, you got to be better than that, man.
Come on, lock the door if you're gonna be doing that kind of shit.
Multiple times a day, that's crazy,
a couple times, yeah, because that couple, he says I get horny and I masturbate a couple times a day. It's like that could mean anything, he could be doing that right in the AM when his boss calls him in the morning. The more you look, you read into it, the more sus it is. And you're like, man, what if what if he's only doing it when his boss calls? I get it. Some people are feral. Like my friend Aaron Roots. That guy is crazy. And
this guy's reload time is impressive, man.
Reload time? That guy, you think it's back to back?
No, but I guess if it's a couple hours probably, but
I was gonna say that
you have to set time out of your day if you're doing it multiple times a day.
It's true. You gotta set up
in your Google Calendar. You gotta have time blocks.
You gotta set aside 3 to 4 seconds, 5 minutes maybe. You're crazy with it.
Yeah.
And I just feel like, it's really not that I can't imagine it's a crazy extensive amount of time.
Now here's a question. There's two men. You guys are two men, right?
Yep.
How long does it take for you to get it off yourself?
Well, it depends. Am I in a rush? Yeah. We gotta figure out how much time do we have.
Do you prefer to take your time? Is that what you're saying?
It depends on the
you
day.
You have all day. You have nothing to do. You want to do it you want to do it. How long is it taking you? On average.
I like to give myself at least 30 minutes because you got to find the video for 25 minutes.
You got to jump around.
No.
Channel flip. You got to.
Yeah, you got to.
Not include. I'm talking about start stroke to finish.
Oh.
No video time. None of that.
That's where I
always. That's
part of the process.
Chat, please weigh in. If you're a man, how long?
I feel like, you don't want to just.
My question is if you're setting aside time now, he's at work. He probably needs to answer these calls, right? He's a remote worker.
He's
so
working.
If someone
and
calls, he needs
home.
to answer.
Yeah.
But if he's there's reasons why you could not answer a call. If you're taking a shit, piss, whatever, and then you just give a call right back. Could he, in fact, not answer the call, finish, and then call right back? How long is that going to take him?
I like to think you could. I like to think, you could.
That's possible.
I like to think, you see your boss is calling you. You're probably getting bricked up because it's your boss in this situation because it's him. And, you just can finish up, in 2 to 3 minutes or whatever, and then I like to think you can just call your boss and be like, sorry, I was in the bathroom. I like to think you can use
so
that.
It's doable.
I like to think it's doable, yeah.
On his end, he doesn't have to answer these phone calls. Now, on her end, I almost feel like she could do a quick test, right? She finds him masturbating. What she could do is potentially try and join the process, right? If he declines that or doesn't want to be any part of that, then there's definitely something going on.
1,000%, because if they're both working from home or whether she goes
if she catches him jerking off and he's on the phone with his boss and she's like,
what the fuck,
well, let me sneakily come in and finish you off,
right?
And he doesn't want any part of that, then that's definitely suspicious.
Yeah, that's 100% suspicious. I feel like
that's what I would do.
Yeah, I feel like it's just.
Well,
super
if I'm allowed
weird.
to join, then it's fine. He's just jerking off, and he's just weird.
Well, like again, obviously it's so different on each couple, but like he's masturbating multiple times a day. Like, is he not? How often is he getting it with his girlfriend? Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you're having, sex
I
with
mean,
your
it's been
partner,
8 years. Who knows?
true, yeah.
What if he has erectile dysfunction and takes forever once he loses focus?
Like, it's possible, right? Like, there's nothing ever out of the question. That's why you have today's sponsor, Blue Chew. No, I'm just kidding. But which is a perfect segue, right? But I mean, I feel like there's some gas station 7-Eleven pills that could help, or like, there's I feel like there's ways to do it. Austin Powers had the Swedish-made penis enlarger. It's that helps.
That was for enlarging, not for making it hard.
I feel like that's gonna make it hard regardless.
I feel I okay. I don't know, man.
A lot of pressure. It's you got that, Kylie Jenner like suction on there. You gotta really make some magic. But I mean, yeah, I feel like at the end of the day, I feel like obviously she did go through his phone.
Well, we don't know if like he gave her permission.
Oh, that's what I mean. Like, is that a red? Like, and then that's the thing where then there was the debate of, she going through his phone without asking her and blah blah blah. Which, don't get me wrong, still not siding with him by any means, because I still think it's kind of odd that he just decided to just wake up and just talk to his boss and just continue to crank that hog. So,
yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, where are you guys at on like your partner looking through your phone? Like,
I mean, I don't care.
just
I mean,
like
I have nothing. I have nothing to hide.
Yeah, that's. I mean, obviously, like,
she's gonna find pictures of work, which is the most boring thing for someone who's even. It's boring for me.
I mean, it's not what she's gonna find. It's how you feel about it.
100%. Yeah.
Do you? Because some people, even if there's nothing to find, they find that like a break of trust. But then some people are like, go ahead. Okay.
Yeah. Which I feel like I see from both perspectives, because like some people like having that as their thing, but at the same time, like, I could care less if they go through it because I have nothing to hide. Everything you're gonna see is like it's gonna be like gaming related and like all that other stuff. So I mean, I get why they would go through it, because they want to find what they want to find, and then they can go, all right, I can confront him, or this is my out, or whatever. Like, this confirms my suspicions. But it's still but she caught him in the act, so it's not even like just like she needs to figure out, like, he's gonna keep denying that it's anything sexual, but like what does his boss look like?
So Chatter Sarah Boo 02 says, I feel like that's a self-sabotaging move. Like, if you're looking for something, they'll find anything to make them upset. That's kind of true, because if you're looking, you're gonna find something.
Like, what if she's seen a receipt for like DoorDash and she's like, was this for you and that bitch? Huh? You guys eating fucking deep fried Oreos without me? Like
those are our favorite.
Yeah, those are our thing.
What is where are we at with the comments for this this content? Because like, what's the top comment on this thread here?
Top comment.
We can read that. We can read that.
Top comment says, everyone here is convinced he's doing the boss, but that's easier to pull off in the office, not work from home. Not saying that this isn't possible, but I think it's much more likely that he's a chronic masturbator. Probably the type to wank in the restroom on a break while at work. I bet it was a factor for working from home. I've met a few people like that. It's more common than y'all think. Usually a hypersexual folks have some reason they tick like that. He needs to talk to someone if he wants this fixed. I get that he's supposedly not touching himself to whoever's on the phone, but you need to make it clear that if someone realizes what's happening, he's going to deal with some real consequences, because no one wants to be on either end of that.
Yeah, 100%.
That's actually a really good comment.
It's a great comment. That makes like a solid point. Like, he's just like has like this innate thing that he's got to do it. It's like nothing to do with it while he's working. He's just, or maybe he does like doing it at work. Like, maybe he was the type of fella that he carries a Cosmopolitan magazine to look like he's going to take a bathroom break. He's going to go do the number 2.
I had an ex that would do it like in the middle of the night on the back porch, which I thought was weird as fuck.
On the back porch?
Literally outside where like the other backyard neighbors could possibly see.
I think
But
he's
it would
got
always
that.
be at like 1 a.m.
He's got that motion sensor light that fucking.
The light would just be on back there, and I'd be like, "This is wild."
Those places now have the like, you are being recorded. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you're walking by. Oh man, that's crazy.
I like.
Dude, I miss magazines, man.
Yeah,
Miss
dude,
them.
like, yeah. So I mean, like, it's an interesting, like, it's interesting where people just go and they're just like, this is like what feels good for them. You're like, all right, like, you know, whether you be out in the back porch, I guess, hoping your neighbor doesn't stumble upon you, or talking on the phone with your boss. You know, maybe
I
just
just literally ignored it. I don't think he ever knew that I caught him a couple times.
you just like got up to get like a drink of water or like a couple cookies,
Literally,
and you're just like,
or I got up and he wasn't there, and I'm like, okay.
he's probably
And
just
then
like
I
watching
went to go
TV or
check,
something.
and then he was like in the backyard with the porn on the phone.
Does he have headphones on, or he's just full blast?
I could hear it a little bit. There was no headphones.
That's
No
just
headphones.
loud, then, man. He's got that shit cranked to like 9. He wants to hear every like. He wants to hear the fucking breath come through. He wants to hear.
Yeah, that was wild.
Yeah, bro. That's crazy. I honestly, I kind of that's funny though.
And that comment, I feel like describes what he was going through.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. I mean, that makes sense though. I mean, you guys have anything else to add to that?
Man, multiple times a day at work.
Like, could you imagine? Like, I'd be
chronic masturbator.
Well, could you imagine though, like, as someone in the trades, and you have to work in people's homes, like, you're just like, hey, can I use your bathroom for a second? And you just crank one in their bathroom. It just seems like fucking like weird, right? Like,
I think about what people get away with during like remote work, like our friend, Cat Wayne Force, who can play certain video games, or people who can watch movies, or like just doing crazy stuff while they're working. And what I could get away with at work is literally nothing.
Exactly.
I can get away with nothing. I
Yeah.
have to just work. Maybe I could go to the bathroom and crank one out real quick, but like,
that just seems
I
like,
don't know.
Yeah, like that seems like a lot. Like, I feel like when there's that kind of pressure, I feel like you would want to just wait till you're home. But
I would definitely wait till.
But like work from home, I feel like you could totally, I bet you there's people filming like OF content. There's probably people like, doing cooking shows and waiting for their boss to like have them. Yeah, hey Jim, how's that report going? And then he's like, oh fuck, and he's like trying to saute his vegetables. He's like, shit, fucking scrambles over there and like hold space. It's coming along pretty good. It'll probably be here this afternoon. I can get it done by the end of the day for sure. And then
so many people can get away with so much stuff.
Yeah, because you don't have the cam on, right? Like,
dude, I was watching The Office yesterday, and when Jim has to give that rundown to Charles, and he takes like all damn day to do it. Like, sometimes you're just able to get away with that stuff, I mean, work is weird, life is weird. One time I watched, it was all day at work. It was like 9 to 5, where I watched. This was like almost 10 years ago at this point, when Shia LaBeouf watched his own movies in a theater.
Oh, and he's
when he did that marathon. Yeah, I watched like 8 hours of that one day at work. I just had it up on my monitor while I was working. So
you watched him watching his movies?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I wonder how much he did this when he wasn't working remotely.
Oh, these are all these good follow-up questions, right? Where like, I wish I could contact Robo Girl Anon and just be like, yo, man, like, can we got some questions.
Wait, Robo Girl, is this Robo? Does it? No, I'm just kidding.
Cues in like the X-Files theme song.
4 days ago too, so this is fresh.
This is fresh, dude. Like this, like that's crazy.
Just happened.
Just happened. It's not even like they got back from a honeymoon and he's just, revved up and ready to go. Like he's just at work. But yeah, no, that makes sense, man. We got
Wait,
one. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna look at this. So this story says it didn't hear like anything was going on. Couldn't hear for a few seconds, and then it cuts to after I confronted him.
Well, no, it says I
So
couldn't hear him for a few seconds because the dryer was on.
yeah, so it goes from she can't hear anything
I
to
think
I
she
confronted him.
caught him.
In between those sentences.
She
Yeah.
saw him masturbating on the phone with his boss. Then he shut the door. She couldn't hear anything because the dryer was on, and she
Oh,
didn't.
yeah.
It didn't hear like anything was going on. So then a few seconds later, she confronted him. I don't know.
And
I'm
again,
reading it and it's weird.
how hot is this guy? How hot is the girlfriend?
You think
Is
he's
he
bald?
bald?
Yeah, like, that's gonna be the
is
topic. of the day.
is the boss hot? That obviously changes the dynamic.
That
if
changes
she's
up huge
ugly.
dynamic.
Is
like
he buff and bald?
it's true, right? Like, do you think he's bringing like some, some Johnny Sins kind of body?
Yeah. Is he into feet? And does he use mugs for hot drinks, or does he just put juice in there?
This seems like a targeted attack. Kind of fucked up. You guys would just
Yeah.
criticize my drinking.
Why didn't she just walk in and masturbate alongside him?
A lot of great questions, right? So I mean, like, I think you got to look at it like, is his boss looking like Scarlett Johansson, or is she looking like someone that you feel is unattractive?
Hold on.
Right?
We have a chatter that says that this person is him. Gamer Adam, let me know if you need clarity. The guy in this is me.
Oh shit.
Gamer
Okay.
Adam,
We need clarity.
we need clarity.
Yeah, dude.
We have a lot of questions.
I actually have a lot.
Do you drink juice in a mug? Do you have a foot fetish?
Are you bald?
Are you bald?
Yeah.
Please answer in the comments below.
I feel like, I've seen Adam with hair, but I don't know what he's like outside of that. You know what I mean?
How powerful is your dryer?
Great questions, right? Like, does it
Yes,
shake?
no. He does drink juice in a mug.
Now, this is like not even an important part. I guess it kind of is, but like, is there anything in this dryer, or is he just turning it on like heavy and just letting it run with nothing inside, or is he doing like? Because sometimes I do this too. Like, sometimes you do the laundry and it's dry, but like you want that warmness, that crispness when you take it out.
You throw it back in.
Sometimes you got to throw on a pair of pants or whatever, like immediately after the load, So
what if he was about to take a nap?
You know what I mean?
Right, and he put like a throw blanket in the dryer, and he really wanted that toasty throw blanket,
Yeah.
What if he was warming up his favorite sock to finish?
Oh, men, do you like a warm sock?
I don't use socks, so no.
It was a load of laundry. What kind of load?
Yeah, exactly. I feel like, it's just like one of those things, Brett. I think you might be onto something. If he wants the dryer on, maybe he's like, it'd be great. I'm just about done work. I'm gonna go lay on my couch in my bed. He throws his favorite blanket in. Right, he's gonna wrap himself up. It's a cold fall night. He's thinking, I can crank one out. My girlfriend and or wife is gonna meet me on the couch for a little House of Dragons, and we're gonna watch some people lose their heads. And so I figured if I get this out of the way, that just means I got time for another one. Maybe another one later, or you can just go to bed after because he's exhausted.
And maybe he'll lose his head.
That's true. She certainly won't be getting any because jerked off.
Yeah. As you know, Brain, no distractions during House of the Dragon.
I know.
You gotta be locked in.
Brett actually got very mad at me the one time we watched House of Dragons because I made a little too much noise. I think I had a TikTok. I turned on TikTok for 1 second, seen steam come out of his ears because it was like, he's like, I can hear. Are you kidding me right now? It was like a dad turning around in a car, like to tell us to be quiet. You know what I mean? Like, are you kidding me right now?
That was a pivotal episode too, Vegas.
Yeah,
Vegas
I know,
knows.
right? I
It's a
literally
pivotal
remember someone's head being cut off. That was the only episode of Game of Thrones I've ever
I think
watched.
the only beheading that season too.
Yeah, too.
Only beheading.
So it was pretty hardcore. I just remember looking up after petting the dog and be like, "Oh, cool." Never watched the show after.
That was pretty. I love, dude. You could see his tongue still and everything, man.
Yeah, man.
Crazy.
A
Crazy.
chatter says, "What if it wasn't actually his boss, but a Dateline girl playing a bit?"
Like Dateline girl playing like you mean like one of those phone sex workers?
Mm-hmm. Say you're my boss. Say you're my boss, and then he just changes her name in the phone to like Cindy.
What I mean, I guess it's possible.
Cindy's my boss, babe.
It's just like it's modern times, Lisa. It's not a hotline. It is an OF girl's number. It's like her WhatsApp phone number, and she is just giving him the right words to completion. She says, warm laundry." You know, like they start reading the dryer instructions. Like, oh yeah, Samsung 300 drum. And then he's just like, yeah, fucking, what kind of fucking fabric sheet are we throwing in there? Yeah, we're throwing a Tide fresh linen. Yeah, that's fucking hot. You know what I mean? Like, what if it's something fucking weird like that?
Oh my god, I love the dryer kink arc of this.
This is a good arc. Tell him to throw out the dryer out because that's what's stopping the relationship.
Get rid of the dryer or we're through.
Yeah, we're going to a laundromat the rest of our lives. It's gonna cost us millions.
We're drying on clotheslines.
It's a good thing you're bald because that money for haircuts is going towards using the dryer at the laundromat. You know, like saving millions.
No. For those of you new in the chat, this is a callback. You should have been here.
We got one more story for today, and then we'll go on to some real fun. So, girlfriend going on trip to music festival with guy friend.
I've been dating this girl for about 2 months, and things are going pretty great. We're genuinely perfect for each other, and I've never had a relationship this good. However, before we started dating, she made plans to go to a music festival with a friend she made when she lived in Seattle for an internship.
Lisa, we just gotta swap. Second to share. Thank you. Basically.
Should I start over? I've been dating this girl for about 2 months, and things are going really great. We're genuinely perfect for each other, and I've never had a relationship this good. However, before we started dating, she made plans to go to a music festival with a friend she made when she lived in Seattle for an internship. Her and I are both 22, and the guy is 30. Not only that, but she has told me stories of them hanging out where this dude has spent hundreds of dollars on her in one night. I truly do trust her and see her as a trustworthy person, and I'm not worried about her intentions. She truly does just see him as a friend. My problem is this guy's intentions. What kind of 30-year-old wants to be friends with a 22-year-old girl that bad that he spends all his money on her and stuff? I know I'm going to get a lot of comments telling me to get over and grow up, and you're probably right, but it's super easy to say when you're not in my situation. I've expressed to her that I'm anxious about it, and she has made me feel a bit better, but it still hasn't stopped the anxiety completely. The last thing I want to do is ruin this new relationship that has so much potential, so I'm keeping it to myself for the most part. What do y'all think? What's some advice? I'm just afraid I'm going to be worried the whole time, and I'm going to create problems that don't need to be created. The whole age gap and him still being that adamant on being friends with her is just really weird to me. If I was 30, I couldn't see myself trying to be friends with a 22-year-old. It's just weird to me, and I think the dude clearly likes her. Lastly, to help y'all empathize with why I feel like this, it has some to do with the fact that last year in November, a girl I was dating, who I really, really liked, cheated on me, and she went on a trip, and it just caused a bunch of trust issues for me. It's been really hard for me to trust girls since then, and I feel like that girl ruined me because of that, and the healing is taking a while.
Yeah, what do you think, Brett? What do you think? two 22-year-old people, and then this 30-year-old Jeff Bezos intervenes. You have to assume he's bald at this point. Um, this bald, jacked up man with lots of money, spending money.
Well, I don't think it said in the story either way, but like, did his girlfriend and this guy hook up in the past, or did?
I don't think they were just friends.
Never stated. It just
Yeah,
says.
but like, you know what I mean? Like, did they even
It
ask? Did he
sounds
even
it
ask about
sounds
that?
like what he knows is that they're just friends. They
Now,
met they've always just been friends. She met him in Seattle. They made plans to go to a festival. And she's
Yeah.
following up on those plans after now being in a relationship with a guy for 2 months.
Yeah, so part of me thinks this guy, you're 2 months into a relationship. I mean, like, you look at a relationship like you do when you're at a job, like you have that like 3-month probation period, like this is the time to like kind of get that stuff, figure it, like, to figure that kind of stuff out. And that if that kind of thing bothers you, I feel like you kind of have to, you know, either talk with her about it, and if she's adamant on going, maybe she's not the girl for you, bro. You know what I mean? Like, next thing you know, she's going to Miami for spring break, and you already know what that says, bro.
well, yeah, like again, we don't know the whole Yeah, someone said like why doesn't he go too? Like, if he really like, again, yeah, I mean, it comes down to like if you don't trust her, um, then like that's just gonna be a huge problem. That's just gonna fester and fester. And I know he says they've been dating 2 months. That's still like in the you gotta like watch your step phase. You know what I mean? Like you gotta be
Yeah.
perfect.
Uh-huh.
Because anything you mess up, like 2 months isn't long enough where they'll still feel comfortable just calling it and dipping. So
Yeah, like they're at that phase, like that phase in the relationship where they're not really gonna say no to each other. You know what I mean? Like, if someone says like, "Hey, do you want to do this?" Like, "Hey," like maybe she hates sports as an example, and he's like, "You want to go to this hockey game?" She's gonna be like, "Of course, I'll go to this hockey game." Right? Like, just because it's like people feel weird putting their foot down in the start of a relationship.
yeah,
I definitely think, I mean, as a guy, the fact that he like that they've hanging out and they've spent like the hundreds of dollars thing in her in one night could be anything though. It could have been like they went out for dinner and like there was a bunch of people and he just paid for it, and he just paid for the evening, right?
yeah,
There's things that could be just like it's fine, you know what I mean? Like he's just like,
yeah.
hey guys, like tonight's on me, like I just want us all to have fun. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, if you got disposable income, like heck yeah, dude, I'll hang out with you.
I
Yeah.
feel like this guy is me. And
And Brett and I are the 22-year-old.
You guys are the couple.
Yeah. I get really
And
jealous.
Braden's coming to visit with me, and Brett is not okay with it. And
Brett doesn't like the idea of his Pookie Bear going somewhere without him.
That's right.
what do you guys think about his adamant need to point out the fact that this guy's 30 and they're 22?
I don't know why he's fixating on the age, because like they're both 22, so it's not like it's one of those weird things where she's like 19 or something like that. I feel like if she was below drinking age, it would have been really questionable.
Because I'm 30, so I'm literally this dude's age. Like for me, like with dating, like I probably wouldn't date someone below 25, 26 maybe.
Right.
Okay. So
anything younger than that, it's like 22 is still in college kind of, and that's like
And
that's wild.
I
Like
also
you could
think
be in college and like I'm like coming home from my job, like that's weird, bro.
And well,
so
it's
here's the thing too, though. Now I remember we because we pre-read these, and there was a little bit of a comment later where someone asked a question, and then this guy answered, and he answered. The question was, "Are they going with other people or something?" And he said that they're going with a group of people, but she only really knows him. So it's gonna be like, I don't know, a group of 10 people, and they're all kind of staying in like RVs together. And now put yourself in this situation, Brett, because you said you're 30.
Yeah.
You meet somebody at work, a girl, she's 22. She works with you. She moves
Isn't
out
that
of town,
smoke
or
show?
you guys make plans to go to a festival together with other people as well. She moves out of town, but you guys are still going to do it. What's the vibe? Should this boyfriend be like worried about you?
What about me?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, do you think, as a 30-year-old, would you have like invited him too? Like, hey, get it.
You spent hundreds of dollars on this girl.
That the money thing is definitely a big
I think a
like
big aspect of it.
Now, okay, let's say
yeah.
this guy's intentions are he wants to sleep with this girl, he wants to be with this girl, whatever. Like, should this guy be worried still?
We got someone in the chatter that says we can get some viewers out.
Don't worry, they've been executed. I mean, eliminated. I mean, banned.
I like. It's not always the case, but like, yeah, I don't know. Like, for a lot of people, they can't see like that. Like, especially that age gap. Like, I don't know. Like, are you really looking at this 22-year-old as like your peer, as like a friend? I don't know.
Sometimes I feel like women can seem a little more mature than men, and 8 years to me is not for that kind of age gap where the man is older. Yeah, sometimes it doesn't feel that different. And
For
we don't know
sure.
where she is in life.
Yeah, and like, I mean, for all we know, they are really truly just friends.
We know where
Right?
she's at in life because she's going to a music festival.
That's true.
Yeah, she's-
That's
You
true.
know,
She's
we know
But
college.
they're
so is
kinda-
he. But so is he. Like I said, I feel like
I know those 30, 35-year-old people that are like going to festivals and wearing the feathers in their
mhm.
hats
Feathers
and
and
stuff.
I
tight
know
leather
people
Yeah.
my age
suits.
still going to festivals.
Yeah, I know people of like a variety of ages as well, and they, I feel like it's just one of those things that they're into though. Like, I feel like going to music festivals is like going to TwitchCon for us, right? Like, it's just something that they enjoy doing,
Yeah.
and they just, maybe this guy has found a bunch of people that are like-minded, and where they all go to the same event every year because they get to hang out and like catch up, but also enjoy all these cool artists. Where it's kind of like what we do, right? Now maybe she's expressed similar interest because she's like, oh, I've always wanted to go to a festival, or I've always wanted to go to this one, or I love this show, I go every year. And then they're just like, oh, we should just go together this year, and we can like just camp because we can hang out and blah 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 with all these people, which is, it's totally a possible situation. But there is the offhand that he's trying to get some tail.
Yeah, usually most times guys that's what they're looking for, right? So yeah, and dude, festivals, you're taking all sorts of things, man. You're imbibing, you're cutting up,
You're hanging out with Molly. You're hanging out with Molly,
and
Mary Jane. Yeah, like
they're all there.
Coco.
yeah. Just all these like crazy people just end up. You always run into them there, right? And like, so I feel.
And you're like, sometimes you just want to vibe with them. Like, they're really.
Yeah. Sometimes you just want to be like a flower in the sun and just dance like you're in the 80s.
2 months, like, yeah, it's still early on. Where like, again, this is what the guy's saying, so we don't know how the girl feels about their relationship too, honestly, right?
Totally
Like,
right.
Well, from what she told him, there's nothing.
No, I
between
think
him and the guy, but like
he's talking about like the 22-year-old, like the two 22-year-olds.
Oh,
and people say stuff all the time and don't mean it. So
that's true.
Yeah.
That's 1000% true.
So
Yeah.
he's got to lock it down. I think either marriage or have a baby.
2 months.
Or buy a house. You got to lock it down now. If
You know what they
if
say?
you're serious about it.
The best way to fix a relationship is a child. So,
You heard it here first.
yeah. So start pumping them out.
If you're having marriage problems, I feel bad for you, son. have a baby, and you
Is
won't
that
have none.
you took the words right out of my mouth.
You need more people in your family to till the field and work the plow.
That's right, dude. How are you
Uh,
supposed to have a dodgeball team if it's just two of you?
That's right.
You can't be the average Joes if it's just average Joe and Josephine. You need the Joes, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, I think he's diving too deep into this in a sense, and I feel like if this is a big red flag for him, he should just step away or talk to her about it. And if 2 months into a relationship, I don't think is long enough for him to be to like, he can voice it for sure, I guess, but like I feel like you can't really say like, hey, I don't want you going with this guy, because like first of all, who the fuck are you just coming into this my life anyways, right? You're not my father, except for Monday through Saturday in the bedroom, so you can't tell me what to do.
So he's stuck between. I don't want to say anything because I don't want to ruin the relationship that just started,
Right.
and I need to say something because it's making me uncomfortable, and I don't want her to be out there with this 30-year-old man.
And I get, like he said in the past, that he was cheated on his previous relationship and all that stuff, and so he can voice those concerns, but at the same time he shouldn't let the previous relationship affect the next one. Don't get me wrong, I'm sure he'll always kind of think about it, but not every person is like that.
Yeah. Again, it's still like still early on enough where like why aren't you inviting the guy to go with you? Because again, it's probably going to be a little expensive, but you can buy resale tickets to anything after
Maybe
the
100%.
she
initial
thinks that it
sale.
would be weird because it's like the
Like,
30-year-old guy and his friends.
Right. And
well,
But
and
still,
and
like you're in a relationship now, invite your boyfriend to go.
thousand
and
percent.
yeah, because that girl is either just casually hanging out with that 30-year-old guy or not interested, and there's always that like fear of commitment. So maybe with the boyfriend, I don't even know if they're boyfriend girlfriend, but like that level of commitment of going to a festival together or whatever might be too much at that stage. um yeah, it's you like kind of like you just got to trust and go your way. Got to move on. Move on.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. So I think that is the best way for him to take it, and hopefully Mr. Ferg 69 sees this, and we can can hear our opinions and our thoughts.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely talk to her. I don't think that's the problem. There's nothing wrong with voicing your concerns. Just do it in a sense that uh you know you don't try to you can't really control this person, especially because the relationships, and you shouldn't really control the person as general in a relationship. You guys should work together. So you know but like Lisa's right, bring your boyfriend. Say, hey, why don't you come with us? So but that makes sense, man. That makes sense. And that is that's our advice column. That's the takes for today. Now, Brett, I'm very excited because we have a little game to play with you.
Okay.
And I'm
Love
very
games.
excited about this game. I hope you are too.
You like games? Oh my god.
And so we love you to death.
Mhm.
And you've been told that you're the speed runner for naming 100 women. You're number 1 in the league. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to name that woman. Brett says he's the
Let's
best in the
go.
business.
That's 6, bro. That's so many.
Oh, there's
Oh
way
my
more women
gosh.
to name. You don't have to name those women.
Yeah, you don't. These are
Good.
just
I don't know any of them.
good.
Those are just random women.
So Brett,
Yeah.
your first guess. We're gonna keep tally. We
How,
want
how
you.
long are we gonna give him? 5 seconds?
We'll give you 10. We'll give you
Are
like.
you sharing your screen here or what?
Oh yes, absolutely.
Gotta make sure it's fair. I'm getting a fair trial.
Yeah. So Brett, can you see it?
Yes.
All right, brother. Okay, so we'll give you 7 seconds to name the women, and we're gonna keep tally.
7 seconds.
Okay, do you want 10?
10 seconds. 10
I'll give you
seconds.
10 seconds.
Okay, thank you. Whew.
We want. Hopefully, you can get more right than wrong.
Okay. Is it like multiple choice, or I just have to straight
No,
up
you
know
just
it?
no,
You
you
just
just
have to
gotta
know
know it. I feel like
I even. He wants to be a millionaire.
yeah, not even yeah. There's no. You have no
Can I
lifelines
phone a
either.
friend? No.
Absolutely
No,
not.
you cannot phone a friend.
Chat, do not name these women.
50-50.
50-50. Okay, Brett.
I will ban you if you name a woman in the chat.
All right.
Uh,
Ladies and
Or
gentlemen.
after the 10 seconds, we can give chat.
You can get
5
if he doesn't
seconds.
get it.
okay.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is
I'm
Brett.
nervous.
Here's Brett's first guess. Who is this woman, Brett?
Oh, dude, Condoleezza Rice. Come on. dude.
Nice.
Ladies and gentlemen, too
Legend.
easy
We
for the
gave you
guy.
an easy first one. Easy
Yeah.
first one.
All right. All right, your next
Okay.
lady. Who is this, Brett?
Oh, Tandy Newton, dude. Tandy Newton.
Yeah, bro. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because I just saw that movie Solo a few days ago, and but also I saw what I did my Mission Impossible rewatch last year. and
Ooh.
She's in Mission Impossible 2, so
That's pretty. Mission Impossible. The first 3 I still need to watch, but I love them.
I love 3.
Oh, name her character.
Can you name her character from the Solo: A Star Wars Story?
Is it Val?
Yes.
It is. It
Yes.
is.
Oh wow.
Brett,
Look at this guy. Look at
you're
this
really
guy.
rocking it, bro. You're rocking it. Your next
He's naming women.
lady.
Real and fake. Oh man, I don't.
Hey, come on, man. This is an easy one.
Aaron Kellyman.
Yes.
Wow!
dude. Yeah. Let's go.
Johnny Dubs gave her the business. That's all I remember.
What was her name in Falcon and the Winter Soldier?
Oh fuck! I haven't watched Falcon and Winter Soldier in like a year.
You don't lose
Yeah.
points for not getting these.
Yeah.
answers.
You just,
Yeah. I know her name from Solo because I just saw that. It's emphasis in Solo. But, what's her name in Falcon and Winter Soldier? Don't say it.
all right.
It might come back to me.
Okay. Okay. All right. So your next lady.
Oh, Rashida Jones, dude. Come on.
Yeah, dude.
I'm
You know-
rewatching The Office, so this is fresh in my
It's
mind.
fresh. Do you
so-
know? Do you remember her character name from The Social Network?
Oh man, does she even have a name? She's a lawyer. She's like one of the side lawyers. She's not even like one of the big ones.
Oh,
but-
she's in. Oh, we know it. She wasn't lawyer
Um,
one.
I
Does she
don't
even
know.
have a name? Wow.
No, because like she's
That's
like
upset.
literally at the beginning and end, right? So
Yeah. Yeah. So do you
Or
want me?
not the beginning, but like
Do you want me to tell you her?
yeah.
This Marilyn Delphi.
Oh my gosh. They definitely don't say that name out loud. Like all the way through.
You're gonna rewatch it. Just to see.
All right, your next lady. Who is this?
Oh, Milana Trump.
Yes,
Melania?
sir.
Dude, can you believe Barron Trump is like 6'4"?
I don't even know who that is, but sure.
Trump's youngest son. He needs to be
Oh,
a
okay.
Hooper. Yeah.
And your next lady. Who is this?
Oh man. I don't recognize her. Like, so I don't even know if I know her name because I don't recognize. Can I get like a movie or something she's in?
She collaborated with Coldplay.
Oh, is this how do you say her name? Tovlo?
Yeah.
You
Tovlo?
got it, but it was over 10 seconds.
Okay. I don't know if I've ever like seen her before because like I've listened to like I've never listened to her own music and I've only listened to the Coldplay songs she's on. And I don't know if they ever did like collabs for any concerts or anything. Probably they did. I just don't remember.
It was in the song "Fun."
I like Fun. Fun gets a lot of hate, but I love it. It's
Okay.
not my favorite, but I think I like it.
Okay. Okay. Your next lady.
Who is this lady, dude?
Bro, you're telling me you don't recognize her?
It looks familiar. I can't recall it.
How many seconds left? 3?
None.
So
She was from Holes.
Oh, is she Shia's mom?
correct.
Yeah, I don't know the actress's name.
Siobhan Fallon Hogan.
Whoa,
That's a mouthful, bro.
That's quite a name.
Right?
I know Henry Winkler's his dad. Henry Winkler, dude.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
That's a man, though. We're asking her to name women.
We're naming ladies here, buddy. All right, so you're next.
Yeah, good call. Yeah.
She is in Men in Black.
True.
She got the sugar water.
She did. Next lady. Do you recognize her?
Yeah, she's in Top Gun Maverick.
Yep.
Mhm.
I don't even remember her name.
Can you name her character?
No. Is it Phoenix?
Yes.
It is.
Yeah. I don't know her name though.
It is. Are you?
Go ahead.
Oh, it's Monica Barbaro.
Barbaro. I've only seen her in that movie, so I haven't seen her in anything else. She was great in it though.
She was. She crushed it.
Yeah.
So it's pretty good. We're very, very excited. I still
So
need to
far,
watch
you've
it.
gotten 5.
That's not bad. Not
Out of
bad.
eight.
What, 5 for 7 or 5
Yeah.
for 8? Okay.
All right, our next one. Okay. That's an accident. I was creating something else for me. So my bad. He looks pretty
Dude.
good though, dude.
Oh,
When
yeah.
when he took that shirt off for the first one. So sorry. Next lady. You recognize this lady?
Oh my gosh, she's in My Name Is Earl. What's her name, dude? Oh man, I don't know it.
She was also in Dodgeball.
Oh yeah, you're right. Not same lady. Gosh, I don't know. I don't know her name.
Her name is Missy Pyle.
Missy Pyle. Okay.
Oh,
Dang,
you're
I'm 50%.
50%, dude. All right, your next one, brother.
Oh, Kelly Marie Tran.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
From one of
Star
our
Wars.
friends' favorite movies, The Last
Rose-
Jedi. That was
Rose Tico.
yeah, Rose Tico. And the next one. And I believe this might be this last one.
There's one more after this.
There is? Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
I don't know if you recognize this lady.
I keep mispronouncing her name. I'm gonna mispronounce it now. Is it Callie Uchis?
That's right.
Yes.
Okay.
I
Collaborated
think
with
you pronounced it right.
I'm pretty sure you did too.
Oh, nice. Let's go.
Collaborated with Mac Miller for the song Time.
Yeah, posthumously. Great song.
Yeah. So I believe that was it, but we might have one more. Oh yes, Brett. Who is this woman?
I don't know, man. Who is she? I don't know at all.
You don't know? You got like
Oh.
6 seconds left, bro.
Oh man. Scarlett Johansson.
Close, bro. Close. It's your mom.
What? That was at my brother's wedding.
Yeah. Yeah.
The one that had the baby.
Dang near, yeah. Well, you cut me out, dude. I look good in the suit, in the tux.
Yeah, I did that on purpose.
Brett, but not bad. I think what 50%.
Something like that, yeah. How many did you do? 10 or no? 11, 12? It was like 6 for 12, 7 for 12.
So it's not bad. Not bad odds, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
What an incredible run. I feel like better than I thought you were gonna do. Because sometimes I know you get a little nervous.
Some of those
You got-
those
You
character
got 7 out of
actresses-
11.
That's pretty
That's
good,
pretty
dude.
good.
That's pretty good.
Some of those character actresses are like, those are hard because like you see them, but you never like think to look up who they are, and they're
Right.
never like advertised or anything. So Those are some good deep pulls, deep cuts.
Yeah, man.
We made sure to cater this entire list to you.
Correct,
That was
yeah.
great. I love that. Yeah.
Whether you
Bec-
would know it or not, we didn't know.
Yeah, we were hopeful because we like the idea of just kind of like, you're not, if we put some random lady, it's not even make sense. But when it's part of Jimtasty lore, when it's embedded, the roots,
Condoleezza Rice?
bro, the first woman you ever named.
First woman you ever named. Man.
I remember that being your first word. Like as a baby, you're like, Condoleezza? And your mom's like, what? Rice.
She was once Cleveland Browns coach hopeful.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Yeah, man. So, I mean, it was... So what'd you think of the game? Did you enjoy it?
That was fun because I did not expect that. So that was a surprise. That was a fun surprise.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. Well, we're glad you enjoyed it because, we were really appreciated for you coming on the show, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. Is there anything else you want to say? Is there anything you want to say to the chat, the community, the people?
Yeah. If you have any issues with your partner, you got to talk open and honestly with them. Make sure to know as many women as possible. And trying to think anything else, man.
Get buff if you're bald.
Get buff if you're bald. If you start to lose your hair, get a gym membership immediately. Start taking steroids, creatine, protein, all of that stuff.
Anabol, testosterone.
Yep.
Get a trenbolone sandwich. Like and remember, go to the gym 6-7 days a week, 3 hours minimum. Yeah. If you can stretch into 8 days a week, I would.
Yep.
But and Brett, where can the people find you?
I'm all over the place, man. I'm Jimtasty on Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, all those social media platforms. If you want to see what I'm up to, I'm also part of Shared Screen. So if you want to check out what we do there, a lot of pop culture and gaming coverage. Yeah, man, I'm always down to hang and game and talk about Marvel and Star Wars, Game of Thrones. So big nerd over here.
Yeah, man. And he's my brother from another mother. We've had the pleasure of hanging out a few times in life now. 2 TwitchCons and a Game Awards, and we're running it back this TwitchCon, man. And I've met
this man 4 times.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Trying to think, 2 TwitchCons, Coldplay, what else?
Game Awards.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was a quick trip.
It was a quick trip.
It was literally a day. Literally a day.
Brett and I got 4 hours of sleep that night. And
crazy.
It was crazy, dude. So
yeah.
But yeah, thank you everybody for watching Takes with Koryzma. If you guys want to check it out, subscribe on the YouTube because it will be there. We posting the episodes there so y'all can watch them again. If you have any questions, but don't be afraid to give us any feedback, whether it be in the chat, message me, tell me on social media, whatever it takes. But if you also want to check me out live, if you're watching the recording on YouTube, you can head over to twitch.tv/Koryzma, where we get into all these shenanigans. And I hope you guys enjoyed it because this was a lot of fun. I've been looking forward to this, Lisa, and I've been prepping this for a while, and I feel like it was a ton of fun. I really loved it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is great. Thank you for having me part of it. First show.
Yeah, man. We wanted to wanted to bring someone awesome, and we knew we love making Brett laugh, and he makes us laugh.
Yeah, dude, let's go.
Any final words on your end, Lisa?
If we could find the creator of Time Hop so that we could take that logo down for Brett, that would be that'd be great.
That'd be great. I mean, we could just get really good at Photoshop.
I have to zoom out and take the screenshot of whatever photo or whatever because if you do the share button there, it adds that watermark. I don't want it.
You don't want it, but I think if you zoom out and take the screenshot or whatever, does that fuck up the quality of the photo?
No, because like when you do the share function, it kind of zooms in, kind of crops it.
Mm.
So
I mean, you could just retweet that, but I feel like at this point, you have it with the time hop aesthetic. You know, it depends on what you're going for, I guess.
Yeah, I just like the 10 years banner and not the time hop watermark over the middle.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, ladies and gentlemen, on that note, I appreciate everyone watching this episode, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. And a little tidbit for today: if you're going bald, get jacked. Love you. We'll see you on the next one.
Bye.